Try this right now. Stand up, hold the back of a chair if you need it, and lift one foot just 1 inch off the floor. If you cannot hold it for 10 seconds without grabbing on, your body is already warning you, and a fall is usually how it delivers the message. That wobble you just felt is not clumsiness, and it is not age. It's your catching system, the small stabilizer muscles that save you when you stumble, quietly shutting down from years of not being challenged. And here's what nobody tells you. Walking does not wake these muscles up. You can walk every single day and still lose them. That's why an older adult falls every 30 seconds in the United States, and 1 in 4 seniors falls every single year. Ruth was 74 when a half-second wobble on her porch step started it. First, she avoided the step, then the stairs. Then, she stopped going out at all. Her world was shrinking, one avoided step at a time. I gave her 3 wall moves. 6 weeks later, she walked down that step without touching the rail. The wall you already have is all you need. 3 moves, and pay attention to move number 2, because that's the one that fixes an unsteady walk at its source. Before we start, tell me in the comments. Honestly, could you hold the 10 seconds or not? I read and reply to every single one. Now, without further ado, let's walk through the exact routine Ruth used to get her step back. Move number 1, the wall sit. And before you think of it as a leg exercise, it isn't. This is your fall break. Think about the last time you stumbled. Not fell, stumbled. That split second where your body dropped and somehow caught itself before you hit the ground. That catch didn't come from your arms. It came from your thighs and hips, firing before you even felt fear. If they're weak, there's nothing to catch you. The fall wins before your brain finishes noticing. Here's how we rebuild that break. Stand with your back flat against the wall. Walk your feet out about 1.5 feet in front of you, hip width apart. Now slowly slide your back down the wall, just a few inches. Stop the moment you feel your thighs switch on. You do not need to go deep. Hold for 15 seconds. Breathe normally the whole time. If you catch yourself holding your breath, you've gone too deep. Slide up 1 inch. Then press through your heels and rise over 3 full seconds. Never pop up fast. That slow rise is half the exercise. It's the exact controlled force your legs use to recover from a stumble. Rest 30 seconds. Repeat 3 times. That's the whole move, about 2 minutes. And understand what you're really holding here, not a squat. The exact position that catches you before the floor does. If 15 seconds feels easy, go slightly deeper next round. If your knees hurt, stay high. Even a shallow hold switches the system on. Johns Hopkins ranks weak legs as one of the strongest predictors of who falls after 60, and they come back within weeks. Ruth thought this one was ridiculous on day 1. She skipped it twice that first week, said she felt silly, standing at her hallway wall doing what looked like nothing. I told her to slow the rise down and do it anyway. 2 weeks in, she was gripping the porch rail a little less. She didn't trust the step yet, but her legs came back first. They always come back before the confidence does. Because here's the truth about move 1. Strength alone doesn't stop falls. Almost nobody falls standing still. Falls happen mid-step, in that fraction of a second when your whole body weight is riding on one leg and the other is in the air. Remember the test you took at the start? That test is that moment, and the next move, the one from the title, trains it directly. Move number 2, the wall march. This is the one from the title, the move that fixes an unsteady walk at its source. Let me ask you something first. When you walk these days, do you find yourself drifting closer to walls? Hesitating at curbs? Taking shorter, more careful steps than you used to? If you just nodded, here's what's actually happening. Every single step you take is a one-legged balance act. For a brief moment, one foot is in the air, and your whole body is trusting a single leg to hold you. You do it thousands of times a day without thinking, until that moment stops feeling reliable. Your brain notices before you do, so it quietly protects you. It shortens your steps. It widens your stance. It slows you down without asking your permission. That careful shuffle isn't age. It's your brain compensating for a skill it no longer trusts. The wall march gives that skill back. Here's how. Stand facing the wall about arm's length away. Place just your fingertips against it, resting lightly, not gripping, not leaning. The moment you lean your weight into the wall, the exercise stops working, so keep the touch feather light. Now, slowly lift your right knee toward your waist. Take 3 full seconds to lift. Pause at the top for 2 seconds. And in that pause, pay attention to the leg holding you. You'll feel the ankle making tiny corrections. You'll feel a working sensation deep in the hip, keeping you level. That quiet trembling underneath you is not weakness. That is your balance system waking up and doing its job in real time. Lower the foot slowly. Now the left knee. Same 3 seconds up, 2-second pause, slow lower. 10 lifts on each side. The 2-second pause is where the transformation happens. In that pause, you are standing on one leg under complete control. The exact skill every step demands, practiced in the one place where nothing bad can happen. Mayo Clinic research backs this up. Training single leg stability directly rebuilds the control that keeps you upright between steps. If 10 feels like too much on day 1, do 6. If your hip tires first, lift the knee lower. Waist high is a goal, not a requirement. And as the weeks pass, use less of the wall. 3 fingers, then 2, then 1. That progression, from supported to nearly freestanding, is exactly how physical therapists rebuild a shaky walk after injury. 3 weeks in, Ruth stood at the top of her porch step and noticed something missing. The hesitation. That half-second pause her body used to insert before every step down. Gone. She still held the rail. She wasn't ready to let go, and that was fine. But for the first time in months, she wasn't negotiating with the step. Now, your legs can catch a stumble, and your walk is steadier moving forward. But there's one direction we haven't protected yet, and it's the one that breaks the most hips. Because the most dangerous falls don't happen walking straight ahead. They happen sideways. Turning in the kitchen with a pan in your hand. Stepping off a curb at an angle. Reaching across the car seat for a bag. And here's the hard truth about a sideways fall after 60. There's nothing to catch you on the way down. Your hip takes the full impact. And a broken hip is how the walker arrives. There is exactly one muscle that decides whether you catch yourself in that moment or go down. Most people have never trained it once in their lives. The final move, the most important of the 3, wakes it up. Move number 3, the wall side leg raise. The most important move of the 3 because it guards the direction nobody trains. Do this for me right now. Put your hand on the side of your hip, just below your waistband. Right there, under your palm, is a muscle you've probably never thought about. But every step you've ever taken, it has fired silently to stop your body from tipping sideways. When it's strong, a sideways stumble gets caught before you even register it happened. But after 60, this muscle quietly weakens. Most people never notice it fading, until a simple turn in the kitchen becomes the most dangerous move of the day. Think about your last close call. It probably wasn't walking straight ahead. It was turning, reaching, pivoting. That's this muscle's job, and today it goes back on duty. Here's how we wake it up. Stand with your left side to the wall, left hand resting against it at shoulder height. Stand tall, shoulders relaxed, eyes forward. Now slowly lift your right leg out to the side. Keep the leg straight and your toes pointing forward, not up toward the ceiling. Take 3 seconds to lift. The leg does not need to go high. 6 inches is plenty. What matters is what you feel. A deep ache waking up on the side of your hip, right where your hand was a moment ago. That's the catching muscle switching on, some of it for the first time in years. Pause at the top for 2 seconds. Lower over 3 seconds, with full control. Never drop. 10 on the right. Turn around, hand on the wall, 10 on the left. 2 form rules, and they matter more than the rep count. First, do not lean your upper body away as you lift. Leaning steals the work from the hip and hands it to your lower back. Stay tall and let the lift be small and honest. Second, keep your standing knee soft, never locked. That standing leg is getting its own balance training for free while the other leg works. Harvard researchers confirmed what rehab specialists see every day. Strengthening these side hip muscles directly steadies your walk. In fact, testing this exact muscle is one of the first things they do after a senior's fall, because it's so often the muscle that failed. Now, here's the part almost everyone discovers. One side will be noticeably weaker than the other. If your left lift trembles and your right feels fine, you just found the exact spot where a sideways stumble would have beaten you. You found it before the fall did. Tell me in the comments which side was weaker, left or right. You'd be surprised how many people find the same one. For Ruth, this was the hardest of the three. Her left side shook on the very first lift, and she was embarrassed by it. She actually laughed and asked me if she was doing it wrong. She wasn't. That shaking was the most honest signal her body had given her in years. It showed exactly where the danger lived. By week 4, the shaking was mostly gone. Her left side is still her weaker side. It probably always will be. But a weak muscle you train is a completely different thing than a weak muscle you've forgotten. And in week 6, she walked down her porch step, the step that started all of this, without touching the rail. She didn't announce it. She didn't even notice until she was at the bottom. She wasn't thinking about her feet. She was thinking about her granddaughter's visit that afternoon. Her world had stopped shrinking. It was growing again. So there you have it. 3 wall moves, 3 jobs. The wall sit rebuilds your break. That's the strength that absorbs a stumble before it becomes a fall. The wall march restores the one-legged moment inside every step. That's the real fix for an unsteady walk. And the wall side leg raise wakes up the muscle that catches you sideways, where the worst falls happen. Here's how to use them. In the morning, run through all 3. It takes about 15 minutes, 1 wall, no equipment. Then, before any outing that used to make you nervous, the stairs, the store, the uneven sidewalk, do 1 round of the wall march by itself. 2 minutes. It primes the exact skill you're about to use. That's it. A few minutes, done consistently, is what changes how steady you feel by the end of the month. Ruth does hers before her first cup of coffee. Not because she's disciplined, because she knows exactly what those 15 minutes are protecting. The porch step, the stairs, the trips out that almost disappeared from her life. And here's how you'll know it's working. Take the 10-second test again in 2 weeks. Same chair, same 1 inch off the floor. Most people are shocked at the difference. When you do, come back and tell me your before and after in the comments. Your numbers might be the push someone else needs to start. If you have a question about adapting any of these moves, a knee replacement, a hip concern, neuropathy in your feet, leave it in the comments below. Every question gets read, and every answer is personal. And before you go, don't miss the video on your screen right now. It's the 5 wall exercises proven to outperform walking after 60. Same wall you just trained with, and it builds the leg strength these 3 moves depend on. If you want to stay steady on your feet for years to come, watch that one next.